Hello, this is Stephanie Kimball, and I'm back to talk to you about our 21-day Racial Justice Challenge. We are on week 8 of the challenge, and today we are going back to our Facing Racism study guide, and we're going to look at week 3, which talks about the PCUSA and racial reconciliation, and where our church and where our denomination stands on this subject. I'm going to start out by reading you a Bible verse from Micah 6:8. He has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to do justice and to love kindness and to walk humbly with your God. So our church has a mission statement, First Presbyterian Church of Marshall. And that statement kind of helps us to remember who we are and what we're about and how we present ourselves to the community. So I'm going to read you our mission statement. Our statement states, we strive to be a loving, joyful fellowship for the worship of God as Christ-centered congregation providing a beacon of Christian ministry for mind, body, and spirit. We are committed to spiritual growth, social justice, and the promotion of grace and peace in our community and all of God's creation. So that is our mission statement. And then the Presbyterian Church as a denomination also has a mission statement, and I'm going to read that one to you too. That one states, the proclamation of the gospel for the salvation of humankind, the shelter, nurture, and spiritual fellowship of the children of God, the maintenance of divine worship, the preservation of the truth, the promotion of social righteousness, and the exhibition of the kingdom of heaven to the world. So that is the PCUSA's official mission statement of the church. So throughout the years, the PCUSA has made the promotion of social righteousness an integral part of the mission as the church, with varying degrees of success. Racial justice is one of the areas where the promotion of social righteousness has been pursued. In this section of our study guide, we will briefly review several areas in recent church history where the witness has evolved into policy positions and structure that exists today. So in the study guide, we take a look at the Confession of 1967 and the Council on Church and Race. I found this to be really interesting, a lot of history in here and how we came about to put these structures into place. The central theme of the Confession of 1967 is reconciliation between God and humanity and among human beings. So you can read the Confession of 1967 in the study guide. But the one line that really kind of hit me was the one that stated, therefore, the church labors for abolition of all racial discrimination and ministers to those who are injured by it. That last part kind of just hit me in the heart, to minister to those who are injured by racial discrimination. That's exactly what I want to do, and I think that's exactly what we should be doing in the church, is ministering to those who have been injured by racial discrimination. So after adopting the Confession of 1967, the church then wanted to put structures in place that would put these beliefs to action, and that is where the Council on Church and Race came about. Facing with the indisputable turbulence and brutality of the civil rights era, Christian churches were compelled to respond. And again, I think we are in a turbulent and brutal state right now as a country, and our churches, we're just compelled to respond right now. And again, back in the civil rights movement, many members refused to recognize the problems of racism until the civil rights movement made it impossible to ignore. And again, in the state that we're in, it's really impossible to ignore what's going on in the world. So the church, we're being called to respond to it. So that's about it for me today. If you want to go online and read week 3 of the study guide, there's all kinds of more history and how the church put these into place and where they stand on it and how they came about. So it's really interesting reading. There's some discussion questions that can challenge you on a couple subjects and make you think about some things. And then we will be back tomorrow and we're going to talk about the doctrine of discovery. Thanks. Bye.